Hello and welcome back to another episode from the realm. That's right, we've had progress. Yes, lots of building being done on the realm. I will be showing you basically what's been done and the changes that have been made. But in today's episode, I want to get a road going from this section here over to the castle. But I want to kind of go into the water and swoop around. We'll also be getting into hopefully a lossless auto bamboo farm as well in one of the turrets that are behind me, behind my tufts of hair. That's right, my tufts of hair. But yes, plenty to be done today. So sit back, relax, and let's get into this. So as you can see before us, we have a bit of a structure going on in the centre now, which is quite cool. I've done a few little changes to the entrance as well. And you have to tell me what you think about the flooring. I know, talk about different looking. Now I did log on and it was dark, so let's keep an eye out for some mobs. This flooring is actually the brand new cherry wood. So this is basically just the logs, just basically different orientations. And this is the bamboo blocks, which I love. It's a lovely little parquet flooring. But yeah, I'm super happy with how this looks. It's really cool. We can have almost this as like a staging room with some chests inside here, maybe some seating area. But yeah, lots of things we can do with this room. Then if we go up one, it starts to get a little bit more boring. I need to put in windows, so some glass in all of these. I'm quite decided what colour, if I'm going to stick with just plain or some colour type of glass, but I'm not too sure as yet. And each section basically just goes up. There's nothing happening up there as it is. Go a little bit further. And obviously this ladder takes us all the way up to the mob farm. The mob farm is still working really well, which I'm happy about. I have placed down a few of the cherry woods just in this area here, which I'm just using as a general supply. I'm happy with the amount of room that I still have. Going around here, I still have not quite decided whether I'm going to basically have an exit here. I haven't really decided, because this takes us out onto the other side, you see, and this obviously leads onto the village where we can access the end from. But yeah, I'm undecided. I'm not too sure as yet, to be honest. But yeah. So I just basically an absolute ton of building has been done since we last saw each other. And I think basically the bamboo farm, I want to have it probably in one of the back turrets, probably in this one over here. So as I've been building in this area, look at that monster, it's massive, isn't it? So as I've been building in this area, I've been loading up the chunks, and this has been ticking away really nicely. It's not a perfect. Oh, look at that! It's not a perfect system, unfortunately. I am finding basically it's like, there we go. That should have broken. You see that pumpkin there? That should have broken. What I'm having to do is kind of like update some of these pistons. Well, it should. Just let me do get that and do that. Oh, wrong way round. Maybe if I force break some of these. We'll see if that worked, and that did the trick. But yeah, that's what I'm having to pretty much do every so often. So yeah, that pumpkin's gone now. I don't know if there was another one. Can't quite see. It's an awful view. It's an awful view. It really is. I'm pretty sure we're okay now. I don't know what's causing it. I don't know whether it's something I've done wrong with the bedstone. I don't think it's something that I've done wrong with the bedstone, though, to be brutally honest. I just think it's ever so often it just glitches out a little bit. Let's there we go. So we can have a proper look. Yeah, everything's okay at this moment in time. Not too sure why you're just green. Why you should have grown. You should have grown by now, to be honest. But yeah, I'm not entirely sure what breaks it, but every so often it does break. But it's a pretty easy fix, so I'm not overly that bothered. There we go. As you can see, not overly that bothered. I think I want to grab myself out some oak. Probably oak. Do I have any oak? That's a good question. Let me just empty out this to start off with. Get rid of you. That's the beauty with the pumpkin farm. Once it's basically grown up, you get a really good steady supply of actual pumpkins. Yeah, it may not be the quickest system straight off the bat and stuff, but once it is actually working, it's actually quite good. Right, how much oak have I got? None whatsoever. Alright, so I think I'm going to have to do a little bit of choppy. Right, I'm going to basically chop down some oak, just so basically I've got something to build with. Because what I want is basically, let's come out here. There we go. Come over here. I kind of want it. There we go. I want it basically, if you follow my cursor, I kind of want it swooping round and basically coming up here as the entrance. I was tempted to do it via the actual grass, but I don't think it'll look as good. And if I have it swooping round, we can also have some builds on either side. Maybe some stilt builds, which would be quite good. But yeah, lots of decisions to make as usual. Right, I'm going to crack on. I'm going to get myself some blocks and some resources to start off with, and I'll bring you back when I'm making the first placement of the actual road system. I think that's be a good idea. Okay, guys, I shall see you all very, very shortly. Okay. So, guys, welcome back. So, I've got a bit of a pathway dug out here, and this is the actual block palette that I'm going for. So, we're going for coarse dirt, normal dirt, oak slabs, and some dirt paths. Now, I'm hoping that if I do this as random as humanly possible, it should end up looking quite good. Now I must remember, basically, I need to try to keep the actual dirt away from the actual soil area. But I do want to also include some dirt paths inside here as well as some of the actual oak slabs. Now I know it's I don't know. I know it's a bit of a harsh transition from this to this, but I want to get into this type of look for the castle area. And I could feather it in a little bit, but I just don't think it's going to work particularly well if I feather it in. So I'm going to have to kind of do it this way. It's not the perfect way of doing it, but it is a hard transition. But hopefully, if I have some trees around here, if I have some more, even just normal oak trees around here, a little bit of a forest area. Because what I ideally want, basically, I want to have a little forest here. And I also want this to be a much thicker cherry wood biome, so I want a lot more cherry wood trees here, and I want to have a cherry wood actual flooring, actual proper cherry wood flooring. Let's fill that in. So it looks like a cherry wood biome, and I don't really want the castle accessible this way. I want it being like, yeah, I'm trying to force people have to go around, and the reason why I want to force people to go around, because I want to have that as the entrance, as you walking up to the entrance. But yeah, I'm going to try my best to basically make this pathway as best as I can, I suppose. And we'll see how it looks in the end. But yeah, I want to say the black palette is a pretty standard one. It's all basically colours that all meld nicely together. So we'll see how it ends up. How about that? Okay, guys, I shall see you again in a second after this has been all completed. Okay, right, guys. So this is what we've got going so far. I've done a little bit of work on the actual cherry wood forest over here as well. It looks quite nice. It looks a lot more basically what I was aiming for. A lot more greenified, a lot more lush. And we've got a nice little pathway running through here. Got some moss blocks down as well. So it can just like invade into the pathway a little bit, which is quite nice. And got some of the actual new cherry wood flower flooring. And this comes all the way around here. Plenty of light. We've got plenty of lanterns. And this will take us out into basically the start. So I'm going to start putting down some docks. I haven't quite decided yet whether basically I want it straight out and then going straight in, or if I want it swooping around this area here and then coming out again. I'm just trying my best, just kind of like just to go with it, and then to see basically how it will look after that. Like I said, I haven't got a design in mind. I very rarely, unless I'm like playing Vintage Story, I very rarely do a lot of designs in creative. It's just something I've never really done, to be honest. I'm not entirely sure why. I had done it a couple of times and stuff. I find it a lot more helpful when I'm doing it for Vintage Story than I'm doing for Minecraft. Minecraft, I'm a lot more fluid, I would say, with my building. I think Vintage Story, because it's got its own little set of basically do's and don'ts. You can't have this size building, you can't have that, because of the nature of the survival aspect of it. I think that's probably the reason why I'm not as loose and I'm not as free with my design style. But yeah, so maybe something like this, going around this section and then coming out. I think that would be quite nice. Okay, but I'm going to crack on. I wish I could say basically it's all nice and straightforward. It's not. I'm not struggling with the build. I kind of know what I want, but knowing what you want and actually building it is two different things half the time. So yeah, we'll see how basically I can progress. There we go. Up. There you go. Hi guys, welcome back. I am super happy with the progress I've made of the pathway. Let us have a look-see. So we come down here. Look at this landing. Oh, super skills. So I did run out of wood, so I've had to do another run, and I've run out of wood again. And I kind of know where I want to go with the actual pathway. Doesn't it look? It looks like it's been here forever. Isn't it cool? And I've got the exact approach that I wanted, the super long approach, which, you know, this is going to be so good to look at as you're basically walking up to it. And then we scoop around here, and obviously more greenery has to be placed down as well. And then we go up here, and then go round, and we're going to be going round there, and then into the castle. But yeah, super duper happy with how this looks. Yeah, more than happy. Now, I think there's enough greenery. I think there's enough greenery being done. Doesn't it look good? Doesn't it? Come on, let's have another look. Doesn't it look good, eh? As I know some of them are floating, but yeah, I'm so happy with how this turned out. Does need still a little bit more greenery, but yeah, more than happy with it. Right. Right, for the second part of the video, we're going to be sorting out our bamboo farm. And yes, I'm going to decide to have it in this one here. Hi guys, welcome back. It's done. It's pretty much a simple system. So we have a hopper minecart, as exactly the same before. I put some redstone blocks in the middle this time. I couldn't be bothered faffing around with, you know, finding the lever to work and stuff. That just basically runs over it all the time. And then we've got basically 32 pistons. So let's go up a little bit so we can actually see what the heck's going on. So we'll get some stone. So we have 32 pistons, and we have 2 observers. So this observer controls this piston line and this piston line, and that observer controls this one and this one. All I have to do is seal it off now, and pretty much that's it. I not be a perfectly lossless farm. I need to be honest, to make it properly, I need to put this line of stone here, and then I can basically put the redstone there, and it's a much more easier system then, and that way I don't have to worry so much about basically not having stones to stone this off. So guys, I have taken the decision to basically seal it in completely, including the top as well. Now I know basically I'm going to be, hello Mr. B. I know I'm going to be reliant on basically the actual bamboo which is growing in front of the observer to grow quite fast, and I might lose out. But I thought if all of them are just left to grow continually, and say basically the piece of bamboo that's in front of the actual observer is not growing, this is going to be growing, very, very high, and I'm going to end up losing quite a bit. It's not going to be completely lossless, but like I said, I am not bothered about it being completely lossless. I've also done a tiny bit more work outside as well. I've planted down some oak trees, and let's get some, there we go, in this area, because I want this to grow. So I think it will look quite nice with a little bit of a oak forest here. Oh, there we go, first one. Look at that, beautiful sunset. Let's sleep for a second. Thank you. Ouch. But yes, I have done a little bit more work on the actual thing out here. I've done a pathway now which is leading into the actual castle. I hadn't completed that before the last time you saw me. So you would come down this way, it swoops around, and then we takes it down here. And I really, really like this. I like the look and I like the feel of it. It's still very, very organic, but it's wide enough that you could bring up carts of food and stuff. And you have to remember basically that this castle will be basically supplied from obviously the farms that we have in the vicinity. So this village over here would be supplying this castle here. Because it's going to be a big castle with lots of things going on to it. But yeah, I'm happy with the progress so far of how the world is going. I love this new section, I really do. I think it looks really, really nice. I think it adds a lot to this area, and I've got what I wanted as well. I wanted this walkway to be walking up here, and it to be very, very imposing. I'm not entirely sure whether I want to do something with this back wall. What do you think? I'll leave this up. I'll leave this one up to you at home. Do you think I should just leave this all dirt, or do you think we should basically add something of a wall structure here? I'm not entirely sure myself. So this structure here, or this wall here, would it be a wall structure, or would it be just still dirt? I'm not entirely sure myself. But yeah, I need to bring them down as well. Just basically stop in mid-air, which isn't great. But yeah, still lots of things to do. In the next episode, I want to get into the next one of the farms, which will probably be the cocoa bean farm, which will be using like a piston system, piston wall basically, where we'll be pushing the wall entirety and then popping it back again, and that will push off all the actual cocoa beans. And we might do something of a different type of collection system. We've got two very, very similar ones at this moment in time. So I think the next one I might experiment with a different type of collection system. But if you've been enjoying the series so far, you best leave a comment. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. I always like to see more numbers. Leave a comment. I always love reading all the comments and stuff. And a thumbs up is always a good thing to see as well. But yeah, that's it. That's going to do it for me for today and stuff. And probably in the next episode, we'll have even more building of the giant castle. Okay, guys, that will do it for me for today. Bye for now. Bye.